Here we have the single leg RDL with airplane arms. The single leg RDL is a nice balance exercise, a nice rotational exercise. We've already hopefully worked on some positioning in the bird dog, working on extending that hip with a stable spine. Now we're taking that to the next level in a standing version, which is the single leg RDL. So here I'm trying to keep a nice, rigid, stiff spine, trying to keep everything level. We're going to try to avoid over rotating in either direction. We're going to hinge the upper body forward as we reach the lower leg back and up. So we're engaging that glute, engaging the hamstrings, trying to create a stiff, long line as we hinge and kind of pull the hip back. The key to this working is your stance leg, the leg that's on the floor. You have to pull that hamstring and pull that hip back. If you don't pull the hip back, as you hinge forward, all the weight's going to be in front and you're just going to go out the front and you're going to fall forward, right? So if you pull back, now as you pull that hip back, now the center of mass of your body is going to balance over top of your foot. So you got to think about keeping that center over top of the foot and kind of pulling that hip back into place. That's what's going to allow you to balance. If you find yourself trying to rotate to balance, you're not creating enough pull and kind of pull back through the hip, and so you're trying to like balance over top of the leg, and unfortunately that long term is going to be a losing strategy. So try to really get that hip to lock in, really pull that hip back, and get everything centered over that stance leg. You should feel a nice tension and a pull through the glute and the hamstring of the leg that's on the floor, but you definitely want an active back leg. You want to create a squeeze through the glute and the hamstrings, the quad even on the front side, and just lock that leg nice and long on the leg that's in the air as well. The airplane arms tend to be the easiest because it helps us engage the lats, kind of pulls the back into that down and back position. It just kind of helps you create a stiff midsection, if you will, and a little more balance because you're kind of pulling back over top of the foot versus something where you're reaching the arms out in front. So there are different varieties of this. This is a great place to start. We're also going to show you a slider version. If this is too challenging, you can go to a slider to just start to build in that hip hinge position. But this should be a comfortable one and certainly one worth practicing. All right. If you have any questions, make sure you let us know.